good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever you watch it. Here's another weekly video from me. Well, you know, things I'm going to talk about this week, well, it's going to vary, because I'm going to talk about all kind of different things. I know when it comes to free agency in the NFL, it looks like the Saints are doing more than just signing their own people. They're trying to hold on to as many as their own people as possible, instead of going out and signing, a bunch of people. They did go out and sign Vanette is the tight end they got from the Denver Broncos, Nick Vanette, and the other one, I don't remember the first name, but I do remember the name. It starts with a K, but it's actually pronounced Passamoir. Is the way I'm understanding, a defensive lineman from the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's really the only two from the outside that the Saints signed, other than signing their own. Yeah, they lost a few. They traded Malcolm Brown. But I mentioned this already. You know, the players that they lost, obviously. But it really, the two one I thought they were going to cut, and he wound up signing with another team, with the Jets. And then of course the Trey Hendrickson was the one that, he went and signed with Detroit. And then it is what it is. Drew Brees retired and all that. Yeah, right. I went over that already, but I'm just curious to see what they're going to do draft-wise, because kind of a little thin on cornerback, thin on linebacker. Probably could use another defensive lineman. Probably some depth help on the offensive line, but will they draft a quarterback or a wide receiver? Well, I guess we'll figure that out. We'll find that out when it happens, too. But, okay. Move on from the Saints, because I don't have much to say about that. It does seem that the Pelicans are starting to play better ball now. Now, they got a game tonight, so we'll see what they do in that game. Yes, the Magic. I believe it's the Magic tonight. It is or it isn't, I don't remember. Hey, yeah, it's the Magic. So we'll see if they do that game. I mean, look, they beat the Celtics again. So both times they played the Celtics up in Boston and down in New Orleans, they won both of the games. But they are. Are they turning the corner defensively? We hope so. It kind of seems they are. So that's good. But what I wanted to talk about when it came to the Pelicans, well, JJ Redick, I heard about this. He decided on his way out to head to Dallas, he decided he's going to run his mouth and talk trash about the Pelicans organization, specifically David Griffin, talking about how he didn't want to go to Dallas. He wanted to be traded to one of four teams, which was the Knicks, the Nets, the Celtics, or the 76ers. And, well, JJ Redick looked like none of the four wanted you. So, yeah, nice try. But it's the screwed up part of this whole thing. Him being other than him being a big baby. And, so what? Shut up. It is the way it is, You went to Dallas. But there's a problem with this whole thing. This big dummy. Oh, by the way, okay, JJ Redick, you're on the list. You have joined the list of nominees for this year's Fred Sanford Memorial You Big Dummy Award that's given out every May on Bayou State Sports Saturday. And I'm talking a little bit about what we're going to do there. I haven't lined up the guests yet, but I know what I want to talk about. So that's one of the things, but get back to that. It's JJ Redick. The big dummy had a no trade clause. into some YouNow stuff because, let's put it this way, forgettable broadcast yesterday. we'll just say that. It was that one that got away from me a little bit, then I had to reel it back in. So, and then I was glitching at the same time, so I said, well, there you go. There's your excuse. Goodbye. Get off. I'll get into that in a minute. Alright. Yeah, this morning I got to level 51, so I was able to get that. But I was trying to get onto that massive chest that Theo had. Okay? I'm watching it for 2.5 hours. So I'm closing in on my last stop in Baton Rouge. Okay? And phone decides to glitch. So in the middle of him about to announce that he was gonna drop his props chest, phone glitched to the point where I couldn't even get it. I couldn't touch the props chest. It didn't work. I couldn't get anything out of it. But I heard from George Pepis that hardly got anything out of it anyway because there was just too many people. There was over 500 people there to click on those props chests. Tell you what, I'm starting to agree with a bunch of them. I know SJP Don 27 Sean Siri. I know he wants to try to figure out a way to keep the what I call chest pirates out of there, prop hunters, what most people call them. Trying to figure out a way to do this. Richard YNF also would love to do that, but how do you do it? I mean, if there was some kind of algorithm, it's almost to the point where why couldn't you now come up with an algorithm that if you don't contribute anything to the chest, you don't get anything from it? Then it should just automatically do that. That it should be contributors only. It is what it is. I got glitched out up, and I still leveled up. I still leveled up between Sam Elliott's weekly chest drop, and then this morning Roxy Toxic actually had a couple of really good ones. So I was able to get up to level 51 this week. So I'm okay. There's another chest I can deal with later. Hopefully, if I remember to get on it, but we'll see. I know who it is. I know when they usually go on, and I'll try to be there. All right. And it's a nice one, and I'm not going to say how much. So that way people will say, oh, it's so-and-so's. No. It's one that I follow, and it's one that I did contribute to. So there. Got that out of the way. Now, what happened yesterday? Okay, and I'm not going to bring up any names. I don't want to out anybody. What happened. It's done. It's over. I forgot about it. It's done. So, boom. But I'm not going to even mention what was said. But all I know was I had some, I'm going to say it, high schoolers on spring break decided they were going to come and criticize about my face. You don't have to tell me about my face. I know I got a face for radio. And everybody said that. That's been said by me numerous times. In fact, me, Mike Garcia, George Pepis, we always say that. We all got faces for radio, but me and Mike, when we do it by East State Sports Saturday, we're on YouNow. So we're on YouNow, so. But, it got happened. They decided they were going to try to criticize my looks. And I'm like, really? That's all you got? Really? That's it? Oh, my God. Oh, well. It is what it is. But, I was glitching. This is the second time in a week in a row. Actually, third Wednesday in a row that I've glitched bad. To the point where I ended early or whatever, but after 30 minutes, I had enough of it anyway. I was ready to just end it. Because none of my people that followed me were available, so nobody was there to be there. But one thing's for certain, I'm going to have a ref from now on, and I'm only going to bring up one guest. Other than official Crazy Jakes who does the show with me. But we'll bring one person up. But it's going to have to be somebody I know. They're going to have to be at least level 10, and they're going to have to have a face an avatar at least. So we know who they are. We know who they are. They know who they, But I want to deal with that. We'll figure that out in another time. But Saturday. Okay, I don't have my guest list yet for Bayou State Sports Saturday. I know we're going to talk about the upcoming NFL draft. We're going to talk about this 17-game scheduled nonsense. And it is nonsense. It is. Every other year, you're going to have 9 games that mean something for your season ticket holder, and the other week you're going to have, other year you're going to have 8. Comes to the Saints, they got the extra road game this year, so they still have to, their season tickets holders still have to pay for 2 preseason games instead of just 1 if you head to home, which they'll have next year. But the schedule's crazy, and I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll tell you what, one of the guys that comes on every time Brian Bienemy comes on the show, he was actually suggesting that as long as the, nice time and a nice weather time of the year, if it's like late September, in October, maybe early November, if the Saints are playing the Titans, then a drive to Nashville wouldn't be that hard to do. And I wouldn't mind doing it either. That would actually be a decent trip. So, yeah. I know they got to make that trip last year, but it was around Christmas time when they made the trip. So, yeah. So, it is what it is, but it's just how it happened. So, I'm going to go ahead and but one more shot. JJ Reddick, you big dummy. I can't believe he did that. Oh, well, it is what it is, and, alright, I'll catch y'all later, and as I always say, God willing, I'll talk to y'all again. Oh, hold on. Back up. You mentioned Bayou State Sports Saturday. We're not starting till 8 o'clock Central, so 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, and 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. I am starting the new, I started last week, the YouNow Music Showcase. I was working last week, but I'll be at James Restaurant. And the guest for this week is Kadia Taylor. So, I know she's ready to do it. And I did reschedule Jamie Reynolds. So, all right, on that note, God willing, I'll talk to y'all again in a little while.